What should you be thinking when you have an approach shot for distance with your wedges, like a 54-degree sand wedge or a 60-degree lob wedge? What's the idea that you need to do and what type of swing you need to make in order to hit that ball close? Well, it's probably going to be opposite of what you've been actually trying to do. So let's get started and talk about how to hit these shots close to the hole, give yourself birdie opportunities, and of course, score better. As I mentioned, you probably have the wrong idea when you're trying to hit your approach shots with your wedges for distance. Obviously, these clubs have a lot of loft, okay? So we think they're supposed to go high. Well, they obviously do on their own, but the actual objective is to not hit them high. Your objective is to try to hit them low, because when you keep the ball on the club face longer, you have more control of your distance control, of your flight. And by the way, the shots that you see spin backwards on the golf course when you're watching TV from the pros, they come in lower. The lower you hit it, the more backspin you get. The higher you hit it, obviously the softer it may land. It might not roll very much, but it doesn't have as much spin. And the other thing is, once you go high, I always refer it to a dartboard. If I threw a dart up in the air like this and try to hit the dartboard, I'm gonna not know the spatial awareness of distance. I'm not gonna be able to hit my sweet spot or the bullseye, right? But if I throw it like this, and that's the feeling in golf, when you swing your wedges, you wanna hit it forward, not up, okay? Let the club do the work. So two things. What I need to do is, the professional golfer, in order to hit the ball lower and drive it, so you can control your distances and your flight and your spin, the first one is obviously the follow through is a little flatter, okay? So it's a little more around. And the way I want you to feel it is it's like a swivel of your right wrist. When you hit the ball, the wrist position works more like a windshield wiper. It's this motion, a swivel. So you're keeping that ball on the club face. We're not swinging down the line to the target, because when you do that, look at that. Ball's gonna spin right over top of the face, so we lose control. So what happens is when we're coming down the ball, we try to trap it, de-loft it, but because you're thinking about the swivel, and that's what I want you to do, I want you to feel the swivel of the right wrist, it makes you swing flat around. It gets the club face closed, but what it's doing is get the top edge on top of the ball feel-wise, so it's keeping the ball on the club face, okay? And that's the secret. That's why it spins more, because the ball's on the club face, it grabs those grooves and then checks up, okay? So I'm facing on here so you can see the swivel. I'll do a little side view here. Take it up, come back down, because I'm thinking of the swivel. See the right wrist working like this, not to the target. We don't swing the club head to the target on the wedge. We swing flatter and use this swivel to swing flatter. So the handle goes around our left hip. Right wrist works like this. I always call it the windshield wiper. It looks like this, or if you watch Karate Kid back in the old days, I think it was an 1880s movie, is what happens, wax on, wax off. Okay, that right wrist maintains its fully flexed position, feels as though it does. It swivels like this. That's why on TV, again, their wedges, they stay more connected, keep that club around their body, because they're swiveling the club this way, not extending to the target. Again, if I extend to the target, I'll grip down this. If I extend to the target, look at all the loft. No good. What happens is I'm covering, swivel the club, finishes more around. You're going to drive the ball, get more spin. And don't worry about it. You're thinking the club face is going to be closed and it's going to go left. No, it isn't. What ends up happening is there's so much loft on these clubs that the ball doesn't really spin left. Okay? You don't hit a draw that way. Just like if you opened up a club face to hit the flop shot around the green, very close, it doesn't slice, right? So what happens is it just goes really high. All right, we'll cover that some other time, the flop shot. But what ends up happening is, again, bring it down, okay? Feel the swivel happen through the hitting zone. That should make you finish flatter. You'll notice that on TV all the time when you're watching golf on TV with the pros. They finish a little flatter. They don't finish higher. Don't ever finish higher in your wedges. Finish more around, flatter, get that swivel in. So let's go ahead and hit this. I got about 110 yards, so I pulled out my 56-degree sand wedge. I'm gonna set up, do my waggle. Hey, there's the swivel, right? I'm gonna drive it low. That's my mental thought. Walk on up. And there's the swivel. See, I'm there, more around, drive the ball, hit towards the target. Obviously score better, get some backspin. It's gonna go up in the air, but I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling like I'm driving. So again, if you like these type of videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and throw some more good videos your way. See you next time.